Congressman, you have very strong feelings about the President of the United States. You have said you think Barack Obama, quote, is probably the dumbest person walking around in America right now. You've also said, I can't stand the guy. I absolutely can't stand him. And this week in the New York Times, you criticized him for traveling to Afghanistan and landing the plane in the middle of the night for safety reasons. You said you thought that if soldiers are willing to put their lives on the line, that the president should put his life on the line when he goes to visit battle sites. Do you really believe that the president should literally put his life on the line, risk his life and the life of everyone else in that aircraft in order to make what point?
Well, I guess I'm coming from the fact that I was a commander on the ground, and I think one of the most important things is that leadership is by example. Now, if you disagree with the fact that I believe that leadership is about leading from the front, then you could do that. But I think that if we are asking our young men and women to put themselves in harm's way, we as elected leaders, we as the people up here in Washington, D.C., when we go over and just spend 1 week or, 2 or 3 days, we need to be willing to go out there to some of these forward operating bases, some of these remote places, and spend some time with them. So that's my concept of leadership. And let me tell you, when we look back at the Bush administration, when he had $1.85 trillion of deficit spending over 8 years, so many people said that he was quite a dumb individual and he did not do well as president. Well, this president, in his first 2 years, he's had $1.42 trillion of deficit spending. In the second year, he had $1.29 trillion. So if you take a very bad situation and you make it even worse, I don't call that smart. I think that we've had some very dumb policies that have come out of this administration, and we're up here to make sure that we can get those policies reversed so that we can create the economic conditions for the future and the legacy of this republic.
And Congressman, as you know, when George W. Bush was president and he visited war zones, he did so under the cover of night using all the same protections that Barack Obama did. And as you also know, as a military man, in your lifetime, you have never once had the opportunity to vote for a president who would, as you put it, put himself in harm's way as president. You want to retract that. I'm going to give you a chance to retract that suggestion that the president of the United States should put his life in harm's way while president when visiting war zones. You should just, this is a chance to just apologize for it and move on.
Lawrence, I'm not going to retract that statement because I would tell you this. If I was sitting at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, I would fly into a combat theater and I would get out there and visit those troops wherever they are. That's just the type of leader that I am, and that's what I believe in. And that's the type of leadership that was instilled in me and my father, who, when I was commissioned as a second lieutenant back in 1982, they said that the #1 job for you, Lieutenant West, is to take care of your man, especially when you go into combat.
Okay, and in your lifetime, just so we get the record straight, you've never, ever seen a president do what you're suggesting a president should do. Never once.
Well, if you want to go back and forth about this, you continue with how you feel that it should be done. But I'm sticking with my guns and saying that sometimes you have to have a different style of leadership. And I think that our men and women in combat require individuals that are willing to go out there and be with them in harm's way at times. And understand this, no one is going to allow the President of the United States to be in a dangerous situation.
All right, I'll take that as your apology. I'll take that statement as your retraction. Congressman Allen West, Tea Party Republican of Florida, thank you very much for joining us tonight.
Well, you have a great night.
Thank you.